everyone, welcome to another episode of Ruang, where our conversations are centered around culture, creativity, and community. My name is Christine, and today's conversation is one I think that a lot of agents will relate to, especially when it comes to video content, all right? So we all know that there's value to gain from doing it, but not everyone actually follows through consistently.
True.
But today I've got Richmond with me, someone who just didn't talk about doing videos. He actually showed up. He kept posting, he kept experimenting, and what is more important is he stayed consistent, even when the results were not immediate, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And today, he's starting to see leads come in. He's starting to build really his personal branding. And he even recently closed a deal from one of his content, right? So we're going to unpack that journey a little bit from just posting to actually producing results, right? But Richmond, before we talk about that, can you share just a little bit about yourself? For example, how many years of real estate you've been in? Where are you now? Where is your focus, etc.?
Okay, so I've been in real estate for around 4 years. I was struggling for the first 2 years. And after the third year, I start to make sense on this industry, on how does it work. And my focus area, I would say nowadays with the social media, I am more broad, but targeting at more landed homes and also condominiums with a certain range lah.
Okay, very good. So let's dive, straight into really what we want to talk about, which is the journey of you actually coming out with your video contents, right? So when you first started doing videos, what was your situation like? Like, do you already have like followers, or were you starting from ground zero where it's just absolutely nothing, do not know what's happening, but you're just going to start, kind of a thing?
Yeah, so I started my videos in my own personal account. The reason why people were stating whether you should start a new account or should you use your own personal account for doing content. So for me is that I believe that real estate and my life cannot be separated anymore.
Wow, okay.
I've lived this life, I've been dreaming about it, and I work towards it. And therefore I decided to use my own personal social media to start my content journey. Okay. So yeah, and because of my friends around me, they encouraged me and they told me that you just have to start. So I just move on with that journey.
Okay. So since you started with your personal accounts, basically, the number of followers that you had would also be based on perhaps how many friends you had at that time lah.
Correct.
And how many, how many friends you were with on your Instagram personal account lah.
I think that time was around 200 plus.
Okay, we do not need to know how many friends you have. Right. Okay. What kind of videos were you posting at the very beginning?
The first post I did was about my journey, about my hardship in real estate. And then after that, I was talking about maybe I should talk more about how I going to venture in this real estate. But soon after, later, I found my niche was in architecture.
Can you elaborate a little bit more when you say you found your niche is in architecture? What does that mean? Does it mean you pivoted to posting a little bit more on architectural stuff?
Oh, so when I talk about a property, right, I always try my best to display the emotion of the property itself. Because each property has different design intention, design feeling, which brings a different dimension towards the property. And that you can see in my walkthrough. And later on, sometimes you will see that in my videos, you also see me drawing the floor plans, the facade, to tell people why this property is designed that way and what is the philosophy behind it.
And this is probably where your niche in the love for architecture also comes about, right?
Correct.
Because you did study that as as your bachelor's.
Yes.
And you probably love that as well.
Correct.
So that is why you come from that perspective, which to me then would be also something different from what perhaps other property influencers out there are doing, because they might not have the architectural background to actually do things like let me draw and explain to you, right? So
Yes.
in that sense, it becomes an interesting content.
Correct.
Okay. Be honest with this question. Was there a point where you feel like, you know what? I've done so many video contents. It doesn't really seem to be working. I don't really seem to be getting any engagement. And you felt like stopping. You felt like it's just so tired of doing this.
So actually, if I was thinking whether I would stop doing this, actually not really, because I always think that I'm just whatever video, right, I'm just doing to document myself. Whatever people sees or not, right, doesn't matter. I think I come in with that mindset. And of course, sometimes I do slow down because I see after putting so much effort already, right, the videos still don't have engagement. I feel tired, but I still tell myself, I should move on. And my lecturer told me this quote. He said, right, if you chase butterflies, they fly away. But if you create a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come. And if they don't, you still have a beautiful garden. So when I start to create such real, right,
Beautiful garden.
such content in my page, right, I start to see, right, it's actually very beautiful. It's very nice to see, very pleasing for myself. And then, of course, when it starts to get pleasing, and then finally I still see the engagement coming in.
Wow. I like that philosophy and thinking, or the analogy that your lecturer has told you, because I think what I also gather from that is it has also taught you and encouraged you to focus on something that will actually generate and garner results, right? Because if your focus was to chase the butterflies, that might not have been the results, but but right now your focus is to create the beautiful garden and attend to that beautiful garden.
Yes.
Then therefore that beautiful garden is attracting the butterflies, which is what you want. Wow. Okay. Very, very, very good. Very good advice. Looking back, right, what do you think made the biggest difference for you? Was it the consistency? Was it the type of content? Or maybe the confidence you had being on camera?
I think most of all is consistency. I wouldn't say I have the confidence. I just told myself, just do it, don't care. Just proceed. And once you're consistent, right, people will start to notice you. People will understand. People actually, all the bad thoughts, right, you have, right, is actually in your own personal mindset. The most they do, right, that people don't like your content, right, they just skip. They won't comment anything that is too far. But even if they do, a bad comment is also good publicity. You need to understand that.
Okay, that is true. That is true. So what I am hearing is really actually the mindset that you had in doing this, and you knew that there's a possibility you might get publicity, you might even perhaps get like rubbish leads, but for you, you had the mindset of like, it does not matter as long as I keep doing this, continue to churn out content, because you knew your goal, you knew what your focus was, you knew perhaps where you want to end up.
Correct.
So like, just do it, right? Like the Nike tagline say, just do it. And in hopes that this momentum will eventually bring you to the results that you want.
Yes.
Yeah. I really love your mindset on this. So thank you for sharing that. Just a question, how has video content changed the way people see you as an agent?
I would say, right, I saw, when I saw this podcast, he was talking about why you need to generate content. He was saying that if you are targeting, let's say, a very wealthy person, you want to take 90 seconds of his time. You maybe have to pay a lot of money. But if he were just to scroll your content, and he sees something interesting, he would have built a connection there. And the effort really pays off is that I think one of the reasons I started to do content was because I was studying and I didn't have so much time to do so much viewing. And from there, I really screen through all my clients whether they are interested or not. So when they come in, they have a certain sense of interest already.
Okay, a follow-up question on this, right? How do you ensure that that wealthy person or that category group of people, right, actually scrolls and see your content? Because that is something not really within your control, right? Who looks at it, whether is it a 13-year-old or like a 85-year-old, right? So if your desire was like, yeah, what if this like really wealthy person comes scroll my content, right? And become a lead for me. How do you ensure that happens actually?
Actually, you cannot ensure you just hope for the best. But I would say that through the leads, through the property price that I'm currently marketing, let's just say we start at a 3 million price point. The clients who engage with us, right? They talk to us, and then when we show them the video, the price point is already shown in the video itself. So when they inquire, they already know what they are getting into. That's the good point.
Okay, awesome. So Richmond recently had a success in closing a deal through one of his video content. The lead came through it. There was obviously negotiations going on, and bam, you did it, right?
Correct.
So can you share a little bit more about that, right? In terms of like perhaps what was the video content about? How did that lead come in, and how do you manage to convince the person to buy the house that you're marketing? Yeah.
So actually, there is like 1.5 or 2 closing through the video lah.
Wow, 1.5 or 2.
Why is it 1.5 was because first they inquired through another source of place.
Okay.
And then, but they wasn't convinced about the pictures.
Okay.
So I was like thinking maybe I should send them a video. So I made the video and I sent it to them. And the couple likes it very, very much.
Wow.
So that was what made the convincing for them to come to the property and
to view it.
And made an offer. So that's why I call it half. And another one was I was talking about this property in let's just say Kiara View, one of the condominium, and one of the residents saw my video, and she was just she was like, "Hey, I'm interested. This is my place. This is where I'm living." And then she went to view once, and then made an offer. And then, of course, through quite a few negotiations, and we closed the deal to.
Wait. So in total, you had like 2 success stories.
Correct.
In this.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
Okay. How many years have you been doing this before you actually, see this kind of a results?
Actually, I started doing this content was around, I would say, around 6 months ago. But actually, it's even more than that. Before that 6 months, around many more months, I shot many properties. But because my videography skills wasn't that good, so all those went into the rubbish bin. So until a certain point, until the first video, which is a property that I believe some of our people have seen, 7.7 million property, then only I started to put that first video out.
Right. I like how you were real about acknowledging that there were some videos that were rubbish and it had to go into the trash. But I also like how it did not stop you from actually continuing on, right? So if your video is rubbish, then maybe change the way you do it.
Correct.
Look at other people's content.
Yes.
How do they do it? And I would also say, you don't need to tell me how much you spend, but I would also say that based on my observation and knowing you also did spend a little bit and invested a little bit in also getting the right equipment or the right devices that you would need to use in order to do it. Am I right?
Yes.
So now you probably can say that it was all worth it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, great. Now, wanting to keep it real still, right? What do you still struggle with today when it comes to, doing this?
I think mostly is time and also consistency lah.
Okay.
Because sometimes when there is life gets to us, we have so much to do. We have our personal family, we have a responsibility to our job and everything, right? That is sometimes.
Girlfriend.
Oh, not yet.
Just kidding, right?
So all this robs your time. So the key is to to show up at least right once a week minimum. Of course, the best is that you post at least minimum 3 to 4 times a week. But sometimes we get it. You're just too tired. You cannot do so much.
Yeah.
So you force yourself right at least to post one every week because a year we have around 52 weeks.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Then by the end of the year, at least you have 50 plus contents for you to look back. And that's the very important part lah.
Okay, diving a little bit into the details. When you talk about content, right, and you said like, okay, if you have 52 weeks, maybe at least one content a week. Are we talking about like one video home tour a week? Or are you saying that actually it can be absolutely anything, but the idea is just post something?
Yeah, it can be anything, but okay, although I just say you just post something, but it's best that you post something in your niche. So you don't post something like, oh, I sell house. Suddenly, right, you do a makeup video.
Yes.
Maybe,
obviously.
but if you want to do a makeup video, maybe you can say, oh, I'm talking about a property today, my SPA while doing makeup. Maybe you can do that. Something different.
Okay, that is creativity.
But still something
all right.
in your niche.
Okay, right, yeah. I think content video is really something that a lot of people are moving towards because it captures the essence of the home, but it also helps brand you as an agent. And I think with our modern technology of like owning smartphones, handphones, it no longer becomes like blurry videos, right? The quality of what you have, you're just doing it on your phone. Sometimes it's kind of like good enough
Yes.
to start, right? Yeah. So I think a lot of new agents out there, if you are wondering, how do I start marketing myself? How do I, have people know that I'm in real estate? Perhaps this is one of the ways that they can do. And on that note, I want to ask Richmond, for agents who have been saying for like the longest time, both new agents, rookie agents, and also, seasoned ones, if they have been saying, I want to start doing videos, but haven't, right? What would you tell them today?
I would say, there's 2 categories I want to split. For those who just started, let's say, in this real estate business,
rookie agents,
they have actually much more to offer. Because, right, we want to see, right, your entire journey.
Wow.
We want to see how you fail, how you succeed, how you cry, how you want to give up. All this type of journey, right, all this type of story, right, will enable people, right, to be more interested in you. So there is no reason, right, as a starting agent, rookie agent, should not do this.
Right.
And as you are a rookie agent, as I've been one, all you have, right, is time. You have time to do everything. So the more you should do. As for agents who are seasoned, why they should do it? They have so many experience. They can tell you, right, what is the pitfalls that you should avoid. What you can do, right, to navigate in this buying and selling journey, and how to provide value to their customers. So that is how they should position themselves.
Wow. I think what I take away from this is that actually by doing some of these video contents, it also shows people, the public and your clients, just the reality of what your business is like, right? Because you mentioned failures and the things that didn't go well for you, is something that you can also talk about. And it shows the journey and a life of a real estate agent or real estate negotiator, which is something I think these days people also appreciate.
Yes.
Genuineness, right? The reality of things and not everything is scripted, everything is like you're just acting for, or everything seems perfect in that sense. Yeah. And I think also one of the things that I also get is, I mean, in this day and age, there's a lot of information out there.
Yes.
If you're talking about how do I start? What do I do? What equipments do I invest in? Where do I go from here? I think a lot of things, if you just Google, you chat GPT, you just do a little bit of research, pretty much you can get the answers. But, this is a reminder that results don't just come from knowing. Doing research is one thing, getting the equipment is one thing, knowing all this is one thing, but really results comes from doing. And not only that, doing consistently. Because I think what Richmond, I observe about Richmond is that there was the consistency. Even though there were no results at one point in time, or it was slower to get results, he just did it anyway. Just put out something out there, right?
Correct.
And I think consistency is quite a key lesson here, because I also believe that consistency will help you build the momentum that you want, and eventually that momentum will allow you to really be able to reap the results right? So thanks, Richmond, for sharing very openly. Congratulations
Thank you very much.
on the results that you have seen from this. We hope that you will see more results in the coming days, as well as you become even more consistent and keep to that consistency, right?
Yeah.
And to everyone who is watching, this is my one takeaway from today's conversation. Actually, we don't need to be perfect to start.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and we don't need like the perfect equipment to start as well, but we do need to start if we want to see results. Agree?
Correct.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us on Rise Ruang. We are glad that you are choosing to be a part of this community. We will see you again in the next episode.